Alright, welcome to another bicycle vlog in Japan, and today I want to talk about the coronavirus updates. I did make a short quick update last week about what was going to happen, and then I waited until Friday. Today is Sunday, and I'm probably going to post this video either today or tomorrow, but I was waiting until Friday because that's when they announced the state of emergency. So yeah, a lot of the governors and mayors, the governor or mayors, they're asking the prime minister to have state of emergency. So basically Tokyo, Hyogo, Kyoto, Osaka, I believe, and Kyoto, they're having their third state of emergency, and they are only essential businesses will be opened, and then all other businesses will be closed that are non-essential. And then yeah, they're a lot of not a lot, but bars and restaurants will be restaurants can actually open, but they're supposed to close at 8 o'clock. And then like bars and like karaoke places, they're completely shut down actually. And the restaurants that do serve alcohol are asked not to sell any alcohol. Sorry, I'm going to the grocery store, so I have a bag. So yeah, so it's a little crazy because they haven't had a state of emergency like this one, where they're asking people to close. And we're having a holiday this week that's supposed to go on to the next week. So they're having the state of emergency up until May 11th, and that's when it's going to end. It started April 23rd, but I have a feeling, I don't know, I feel like they're going to extend it, because you know the state of emergency is only for a week, and the only reason they're doing that is because there's a high rate of infections, which is like in Osaka it's like 1,000 every day, more than 1,000, like 1,200, 1,100. And also Tokyo is also having a high influx, maybe like 400 to 500, but a lot of people are speculating that it's going to reach to 1,000. So they're trying to shut everything down, so they don't have such a high increase of infections, because they're saying that a lot of the hospitals are packed, especially in Osaka, they're saying, and that they don't have enough beds for patients, especially for coronavirus. And so I gotta know where I'm going. Like they have like this, what is this wheel? Why do they have this wheel here? I've never been in this neighborhood actually, but yeah, sorry, I lost the train of thought. But yeah, they let me see if, oh, sorry, my brakes are all bad. I forgot there's some other information that I might be missing. Yeah, so yeah, all cinemas, theme parks, and department stores and malls, I'm assuming department stores, that includes malls, and non-other essential businesses with the floor space over 1,000 square meters are asked to close. And then venues that serve alcohol are asked to close entirely. And then yeah, restaurants they can remain open, but they have to close at 8 o'clock. And then large-scale sporting events are asked to close. What else? Yeah, and then companies are asked to have 70% of their employees work remotely, which I don't think that's possible. And then transport operators will be asked to stop running trains and buses earlier on weeknights. Huh. And weekends, and reduced service on weekends and holidays. And then the schools are also remained open, so it doesn't make any sense. I think they have this idea that the kids don't really transmit the viruses, but I feel like those are the most important people, because I feel like the kids can transmit the virus very easily, especially because kids don't really wear the mask properly, and they're just because I used to work at a school, but you know, I work at schools, and you know, the kids, they're like sneezing, and they're just kids are just dirty, period. So yeah, they're letting the schools open, so I don't really agree with that. And then also the vaccines. The problem is they've only like I don't know about now, but from like a couple days ago, they've only vaccinated like 15,000 elderly people, and they've just finished vaccinating the healthcare workers. So the regular public is not going to see the vaccine until the end of September. So someone like me won't be able to get it until the end of September, which is kind of crazy. And you know, there's a lot of criticism against Prime Minister Suga, because he doesn't really have a plan. I was just watching this thing, and look how nice the view is over there. I was just watching this thing where I don't know who this guy was. He was part of a committee, but he was like shouting at the Prime Minister very politely, though. He was asking like, please tell us, give us a plan. You know, like they're saying that, like, you know, Biden from America, that the president of America has a plan to vaccinate everybody by the end of July, and the Prime Minister, he really didn't have an answer for this guy. So he's getting a lot of criticism right now, and they don't really have a plan. And yeah, I just feel like that's just the way Japan is. They do everything very slowly, but they do it correctly, I think. But I don't know about in this scenario, but that's just how everything works in Japan. Like, if you go anywhere, if you have to do something, you have to go through all these lines, and you have to go talk to this person and then talk to this person, and you have to follow like a rule. There's a lot of rules in Japan, and I feel like that's the problem. I think nobody knows what to do, and they're just kind of all looking at each other, and nobody really has a plan or any idea in what they're doing. So like let me see, I have this in my phone somewhere. They've only tested let's see, sorry, they've only tested like in Japan, they've only tested not that many people, maybe like, well, there's only 10,000 deaths. Not only, but that's a lot, but not compared to worldwide. And let me see here, they haven't tested like a lot of people for the amount of people that are living in Japan. And they're saying like that might be a lot of that might be a problem too. If you don't have like a serious symptom, that it's really hard for you to get into the hospital, actually. Yeah, so only 11 million tested. And I don't know what the population of Japan is, but I know in Osaka there's 19 million. So I don't know percentage wise if that's good or not, but it's probably a very low amount of people, probably, right? 11 million, that's pretty low. And so and there's only not only, but there's 10,000 deaths. So I feel like the Japanese people in general are kind of getting tired of the lockdowns, especially the young people. And I feel like the young and old people, they you know, I mean, if you really think about it, these young people, they have a lot of pressure. You know, they got school, and it's not like anywhere else in the world, I mean, outside of Asia. But you know, the last thing they care about is the virus, right? About getting sick. Like they a lot of, I feel like a lot of young people, they're not on the news, watching the news. They're out studying and doing stuff. So, and I feel like people who are a little bit older, you know, their parents, like let's say someone around my age, their parents' parents, yeah, their parents have gone through like the war. You know, I mean, that was like World War II was only like what, 100 years ago. So I mean, and then they go through earthquakes, they go through typhoons, so they go through a lot of things in general. And so I don't think they're scared of a virus, especially because you can't really see it. You know, you don't see people just dropping dead on the street and stuff like that. It's like unless you go to a hospital and see it for yourself, a lot of people don't really see it. So you know, a lot of people here are very tired of all the lockdowns. And I've also read like some other comments about how they just want to go out, and like some people are saying that they're just gonna go out anyways. And then there are some people who are just tired of it. So yeah, I remember like I just finished working at my job. I remember at my job, they were like not terrified of it, but scared as well. Like I myself too, I'm not looking forward into getting it, and I'm gonna do my best to protect myself. But you know, I don't know, it's getting kind of crazy here. And I think the lockdown is gonna do a good job of preventing any more infections. I just made some videos yesterday, and that was probably like the last day, because today is Sunday, and officially today they're going to, you know, do the state of emergency and like close down businesses and stuff like that. So yeah, even this grocery store usually is really busy on Sundays, like just people lined up to here trying to get to the parking lot, but it seems like there's not many people here. And you know, yesterday too, I went to a busy city, the city center of Osaka, and not that many people there. I mean, there were a lot of people, but not it's hard to say, because Namba, there's always people there, but you know, it wasn't like there were like none, but there were a lot less people. And especially going on the train, because I notice on the weekends when I'm on the bus or the train, there's a lot of people going to the city and stuff like that, and going out to play and stuff. And it was really slow, and not slow, but there wasn't really people out going on the bus or the train. So I think it's good that they're having the state of emergency, but it's not like, it's not combating the problem, because okay, we're gonna have less infections, but they're not doing anything to fix the infections, like having a vaccine. Having the vaccine and having the state of emergency, I feel like it would really help, but without that, I don't see it going away. So the Olympics is supposed to start in 3 months, but I have this feeling that they're going to cancel it altogether, because if the vaccines aren't ready, and they're trying to get all these athletes to come here, and the thing is, the athletes don't even have to quarantine. I mean, they can choose or not to get a vaccine, but a lot of them, not a lot of them, all of them don't have to quarantine. I believe because they have to I believe they have to my thinking is they have to like practice, right? Because they can't just be stuck in their hotels. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, why don't they need to quarantine? And I think that's what it is. They can't be like just stuck in the room. So if any of these people have the variant, mutated variant, then you know that's going to cause a problem. And also they're saying that in Osaka, they've had people with the new variants that is also in India right now that is causing so many problems, which is more what's the word? You can get it more. What's the word? It's more infectious, but and that's a big problem too, because you know it's not like now that we have different variants that are more contagious, that's the word. You know, that's gonna cause a lot of problems. So I don't see it going away if you're just not letting people do what they want to do. So and I think also too, I think another country was doing this as well, but they were vaccinating the children first compared to vaccinating the grandpas, the elderly, which I think it makes more sense. But the thing is, I wouldn't want to give the vaccine to my children. So I think it makes more sense to vaccinate the kids, because the kids are off at school and kids are going to spread it a lot faster. But yeah, I think yeah, I don't know, but yeah, so that's just my update for now. I just wanted to give you guys like everything that's happening, and then that's probably, oh my gosh, that's probably it. That's probably what's gonna be until May 11th, which is in 2 weeks. And then I have this feeling they could possibly extend it if the infections don't go down, because I feel like I don't know, I feel like what's happening is people are going to like nightclubs and they're getting people more infected this way. And you know, you have like those shady businesses. If you saw one of my videos from last week, there's like a whole area of places where like there are guys that go to these bars with the karaoke places where you know, the girls are, you know, serving you drinks and stuff like that, and they had like a shield, but that was it. So you know, if you don't have air circulating, which a lot of those places was really jam-packed, all that air that's circulating, they're probably going to catch it. And I think that's where they're getting the biggest infections from. I mean, I have no idea, but I mean, you can't be just like going into a nightclub and just like screaming and without any mask. And I've been seeing a lot of these Instagram stories where people are at a nightclub and there's like 100 people packed in a room, and they're nobody's wearing a mask. It's pretty crazy. I can't believe it. But yeah, so I think that may help if they're gonna close all those businesses. But the thing is, you never know, they might have like secret parties, or you know, I mean who knows. I mean, it's possible, but I think most of the general population here is listening. There's less people out, even though Japanese people, if somebody hates the idea of the state of emergency, they'll still do it, because that's just part of the culture. You're like kind of sacrificing your time and yourself for the greater good, which is everybody else in Japan. So that's kind of like the mentality of Japan and Japanese. You're kind of like one unit, and so people are going to listen, and people are going to stay home and do their part. So yeah, that was it. I think it was a little bit long. Sometimes I enjoy going on these long bike rides. I was thinking recently if I should just do an hour of just me riding my bicycle around my neighborhood, but but I have really no topic, because usually these bicycle vlogs, I have a topic and then I talk about it, and then when I finish I stop. But I'm thinking about just riding my bicycle forever for like an hour. But if you think that's a good idea, let me know. I think I might start it next week, since I'm currently not working. Oh, that's another thing too. I had an interview with for this, because what I was gonna do is get 2 part-time jobs, and one of the part-time jobs I turned them down with all this infection rates. I just figured I just kind of relax for a little bit, take my time. Oh my gosh, it's windy. Oh. And then the other job, they were going to give me an interview, but they said that something happened regarding for the coronavirus. So I'm assuming that somebody in that school got infected. So they said they were going to call me after a week, but they never did. So I'm sure they're probably facing a lot of problems over there. If one student has it, I'm sure like a whole bunch of people have it there. So I'm kind of relaxing right now. I'm kind of scared to go out. I just don't want to get it. I mean, I'm sure I'd be fine. I'm pretty healthy, but I just don't feel like getting it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. That's so cool, they have a basketball. You can't really go there though. All these basketball hoops, there's never like a public basketball hoop. Yeah, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.